Hey, good morning, everybody. I am so glad to see you today. It is a beautiful day, and we're here in Northern Illinois in my beautiful woods. Once again, the crows are calling, and we've had hummingbirds and butterflies and raccoons and possums and foxes and coyotes and just everything out here. I just love it. So, hey, Natasha, great to see you. So I've been reading this book, Opportunity by Eben Pagan, as we've been talking about for a couple weeks, and our focus is on mental mindsets. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm a body-mind expert. I'm a shiatsu massage therapist. And what that means is that I love how the body-mind works. I love how our thoughts, hey, Carrie, good to see you. I love how our thoughts affect how we react to the world. I love how our thoughts affect our nervous system, how they affect our perspective and our perception of how the world works. And one of the cool things that I've learned by doing body work and working with so many women and working with Asian medicine is that there are thousands upon thousands. Oh, good. I'm glad you're watching us for the first time, Natasha. Very cool. I hope this resonates with you. So there are thousands upon thousands of ways of looking at the world. In fact, actually, there's ways of looking at the world for every single person that's ever existed. And the cool thing is if you start looking or adopting different perspectives of how we see the world, these different mental models, then it opens up your whole world. It means that now you can make choices. It means that now you can look at a situation from many different perspectives, gather information, and then decide what direction you want to go. So Eben, with his book Opportunity, has been doing a really cool job outlining different mental models that we can look at and maybe adopt and use to make decisions or actually to create opportunities. So today's mental model is when should you go all in? Now, if you're familiar with the all-in concept in poker, it means that you take everything that you got and you say, you know what? I'm all in. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to think about it. This is just the way that it is. And you take all of your chips, all of everything, your car and your, whatever's hanging around, your sandwich, and you put it all into the pot to see, to bet on yourself. Now, the brain and the nervous system loves very definitive things like that. They love either or. It's why when you look at our climate around the world, why there's so much polarity, so much yes, no, good, bad, black, white. And we really haven't been nurturing those shades of gray and the things that are in between. That's because especially when we feel insecure, when we're in fight or flight, our limbic system is in control, we want to have very definitive answers. So Eben's, hey Hannah Lisa. Eben's topic today was about strengthen your strengths as well as strengthen your weaknesses. Now, I've worked with a lot of gurus in the past, and they've given me a lot of mixed messages on advice. And my nervous system, just like with the all-in, wants to know, hey, Carrie, great to see you, wants to know, well, should I follow my passion or should I strengthen my weaknesses? And so you walk around, you've got a decision to make, and you don't know what to do because you've discovered that all of this advice is relevant and you don't know which piece of good advice to follow. You don't know which one to go all in for, which direction that says, oh, I should follow my passion no matter what, and that will bring me success. Follow what you love, and that will solve all the problems. Or you may think, oh, I need to work on the things I'm not good at and get better at those because I'm already good at this other stuff. So this paradigm shift, this mental model is both. When we think we need to go all in, should we go all in on this hand or should we go all in on that hand? Should we, give everything to our passion or give everything to strengthening our weaknesses, let's say, doing the thing that we've always done to become a better person? So in reality, you determine each situation as it appears. Our nervous system would love something, to trickle down and just say, bing, this is the answer. This is what you've decided to do. You follow your gut or you follow what the signs say. And in reality, you can look at a situation and ask yourself, will this strengthen my strengths or will this strengthen one of my weaknesses? And though that's a really good way to divide it up. So instead of getting overwhelmed by choices and decisions when you need to make, when you need to decide what to go all in for, ask yourself, does it strengthen my strengths or does it strengthen my weaknesses? Because either one is a good answer. If you strengthen your strengths, it means that you get even better. You polish even more what you're already good at. Maybe you decide to take a month off and do an internship with someone that you really respect. Or for me, I'm going to a conference this weekend. It's the Hay House Conference in Chicago, and it's Celebrate Your Life. And a lot of these speakers, I already know this stuff. I already get it. But when you go, you gather more information. You get better at what you do. So instead of assuming, that you've stopped learning and that you've hit some level, assume that, I have a strength here and I get to continue making it strong. Now, it also works with the weaknesses. You say, okay, I've got a weakness here. I'm not very good at channeling. I'm not very good at the mystical. For me, that's really true. I'm not very good at mystical. I make it super practical. And so the next experience I'm going to put myself in life is to dive a little bit more into mystical ideas, a little bit more into the mystery and the magic of life, because I'm so practical. I'm so pragmatic about everything. So when I'm making decision as to whether to go all in, I can ask myself, will this strengthen one of my strengths, which would be a good reason, or will this strengthen one of my weaknesses, which would also be a good reason? And if it doesn't do either one of those, then maybe you should pass the opportunity by. Maybe it's not something that that would be a valuable worth of your time and energy, because you've got a very short life going on here, and we're bombarded by decisions and choices, and we get so overwhelmed we have no idea what to do. I'm giving you an option where you can at least, hey Jazz, where you can at least divide it into two different things, where you can say strength or weakness. So if you need to know whether to go all in on something, whether to, put your energy and your time and your focus into something, ask yourself, are these my strengths that I want to strengthen, or are these my weaknesses that I want to strengthen? And if you do that, it makes it super simple and super clear without, let's say, hijacking yourself, without getting stuck at, what if I make the wrong decision? What if I make the wrong choice? Don't worry so much about that. Use this kind of test, the little diagram, the Venn diagram, to figure out whether it's the direction you want to go. So start in your life creating these if this, then that, so that you can make decisions easier. And that's what all these mental models are for. They're putting little rules in place that you can say, in this situation, if this, then that. It helps you make decisions and not get so overwhelmed and so bogged down and so brain dead because you're bombarded. That's when you can go all in, when you've gone through your little checklist of whether it fits what you really want to do with your life or not. So that's what all these mental models are for, to give you options you never thought that you had. So here's your homework assignment for today. I want you to, in some situation where you're being given a choice, whether it's a choice of what to eat, whether what you're buying at the grocery store, whether it's a choice of how you're walking down the hall, how you're carrying yourself, whether it's what you eat, whatever it may be, ask yourself, say, is this strengthening one of my strengths, or is it strengthening one of my weaknesses? If it's not doing any one of those, either one of those, then pass it by and use your time for the thing that will help you evolve, the thing that will help you become the greatest version of yourself. Okay? So that's your homework today. Look for one situation and ask yourself, pause, stop, and ask yourself, will this strengthen my strength or strengthen one of my weaknesses? And if it does, follow that direction. Ask yourself for at least one thing. Cool? Cool. So share, like, love, comment, be a part of this great tribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye. Ooh, finish!